Imagine standing at the edge of the unknown, where the sea hides things that no human was ever meant to see. But what if the unimaginable came to life? What if the monsters of our deepest fears weren't just stories? What if they were real and waiting for us to find them? Stay tuned, because what you're about to witness will make you question everything you thought you knew about the world beneath the waves. The video continues to spread like wildfire, catching the attention of millions. But as the footage plays, there's something undeniably unsettling about what's shown. The camera shakes as it zooms in closer to the water. There, right below the surface, are not one but several figures. They move with grace, their bodies swimming in unison, as if they're aware of the eyes watching them from above. At first glance, they appear like mermaids, their long, shimmering tails slicing through the water. But as the camera draws closer, it becomes clear. There's something different about them. Their faces, their eyes, so eerily human. It's not just the features that catch your attention, but the expression on their faces. There's no sign of aggression, no signs of fear either. They just swim, their hauntingly calm faces staring back at the camera as though they know they're being watched. The crew on the boat remains still, almost in shock. One man stands by the edge, his phone in hand, capturing every moment. His breath is shallow, eyes locked onto the scene unfolding before him. The air feels thick with tension. Everyone knows this is no ordinary sighting. This isn't a mermaid from folklore. These creatures, these beings, are real, and they are far more human than anyone expected. The mermaids seem to glide effortlessly through the water, their movements hypnotic. There are more of them now, slowly circling the boat. The camera lingers on their faces, smooth, serene, yet unsettling. There's an intelligence in their eyes, a kind of knowing, as if they've been aware of humans for much longer than we've been aware of them. They're not afraid. And that's the most unsettling part of all. For a moment, the camera lingers on one of the mermaids. She's the closest to the boat, her face turning slightly toward the camera. Her eyes lock with the lens, and the eerie calmness of her gaze sends a chill through everyone watching. There's no expression of fear or hostility, only an unnerving stillness. But as the camera pulls back, it's clear that these beings are not just creatures of myth. They're far more. The water ripples around them as they swim away, disappearing back into the depths. But the video doesn't end here. It's only just begun. What happens next will make you question everything. The camera lingers on the mermaids in the water, their faces unsettlingly human. The camera shakes slightly as the crew on the boat watches in stunned silence, unsure of what they've just captured. The figures move closer to the boat, their eyes never leaving the lens. There's an unnatural calm to their presence, almost like they're studying the humans, waiting for something. But the serenity of the moment is about to shatter. In an instant, the crew shifts into action. One man, wearing a thick waterproof jacket, grips the edge of the boat, his face strained with tension as he reaches down to hold on to the mermaid closest to him. His hands are shaking, but he manages to get a firm grip on her, pulling her from the water with surprising force. The mermaid, her mouth agape, bares her sharp teeth, her eyes wide with fury and desperation. She's fighting for freedom, fighting for survival. But just as the man pulls her further from the water, another member of the crew leaps into the water with a powerful splash. His eyes are determined, his body tense, but his movements are swift and calculated. The mermaid thrashes violently, splashing water everywhere as she tries to break free from both of them. As the man who jumped in reaches out and grabs her tail, her body jerks violently, pulling against the strength of the crew trying to restrain her. Her tail moves in fluid, fast motions, almost like it has a life of its own. The raw power of the creature is beyond what the men anticipated. She's not just a mythical being, she's a force of nature. The sea and its creatures were never meant to be tamed, and the crew is learning that lesson the hard way. The tension builds as the two men, one on the boat and the other in the water, struggle to control the mermaid. Her eyes burn with an intensity that feels almost human. There's rage, fear, and something more primal behind those wide eyes. As her fins beat the water, the man in the boat struggles to maintain his hold, trying to keep her from thrashing out of his grip. Her body is slick and difficult to grasp, and the wind howls in their ears, drowning out their shouts and the splashing sounds. With every movement, it becomes clearer that they've underestimated these creatures. The mermaid is far stronger than they could have imagined, and it's obvious she's fighting for more than just escape. There's a deeper drive to her movements, a desperate need to survive. With one final, frantic twist, the mermaid breaks free from the man in the water. She surges forward, her webbed tail creating a wave that crashes against the boat. But before she can make a final escape, the man on the boat pulls with all his might, jerking her back. Her body collides with the side of the boat with an unsettling thud. Now both men are struggling to hold her, each fighting to control her as the storm grows even fiercer around them. It's a battle of strength and will, and the men are starting to realize that they may not be able to win this fight. These creatures, these mermaids, are no mere legend. They are something far more dangerous, far more intelligent than they've ever been led to believe. As they pull her closer to the boat, the camera focuses on her face once more. Her eyes, wide and unblinking, are full of fury, but there's something else there too. There's an understanding in her gaze, as if she knows that the end is near, but she won't go down without a fight. The storm rages above them, the wind howling in their ears as the men strain against the raw power of the creature they've encountered. And then, just as it seems they've gained control, the mermaid gives one last, powerful thrash. Her sharp teeth sink into the man's arm, and blood pours from the wound as he howls in pain. His grip falters for a moment, and that's all the mermaid needs. She slips from his grasp once again, her tail splashing violently against the water. The men are left gasping, struggling to regain control. The air is thick with fear now, the reality of their situation sinking in. They aren't in control anymore. The mermaids, the creatures of myth and legend, have turned the tables. Now it's them who are the prey. The video ends on a chilling note, with the mermaids' faces haunting the lens. There's no escape. There's no telling what comes next. The sea, it seems, is about to claim them all. The struggle continues as the mermaid thrashes in the water, her eyes wide with fury, teeth bared in a snarl that no human could ever fully comprehend. The crew members are still fighting, desperately trying to keep the creature under control. But this mermaid, this monster of the sea, is far more than what they expected. Every motion, every twist of her powerful tail brings them closer to realizing that they may not be the ones in charge. The boat shudders under her movements, the men now fully aware of how small they are in comparison to this unimaginable creature. Her body is a twisted blend of human and sea, her scales shimmering as she rises higher out of the water. The crew is terrified, but there's no time to hesitate. They know that if they don't act quickly, this creature could overpower them. One of the men grabs the net, trying to wrap it around her, but it's useless. Her strength is overwhelming. Every time they think they have her under control, she jerks and lunges with even more fury. But suddenly, something shifts. With a powerful jerk, the mermaid pulls herself higher up on the boat's edge. Her claws grip the wood, her body half out of the water, her monstrous face inches from the crew. Her sharp teeth gleam under the overcast sky, her eerie, human-like eyes locked on the terrified men. A scream escapes one of them, a mix of fear and disbelief. They've never seen anything like this before. This creature, this thing, is no longer just a myth. It's real, and it's fighting to get on board. The men's hands tremble as they desperately try to push the mermaid back, but it's a battle they're losing. Her long, sharp claws scrape against the boat's edge, the sound sending a chill down their spines. The mermaid roars, A guttural, primal scream that echoes through the cold air, reverberating in the bones of every man on board. There's no escaping the terror of this moment. Her webbed hands are reaching for them, her body twisting in unnatural angles, trying to pull herself fully out of the water. The scene is chaotic, pushing, pulling, shouting. The crew is all over the place, disoriented by the sheer strength and ferocity of the mermaid. One of the men stumbles back in sheer panic, but it's too late. The mermaid, driven by a relentless hunger, claws her way forward, her body now almost halfway onto the boat. The men scramble to push her back, their fear evident in every motion. They thought they were prepared, but nothing could have prepared them for this moment. The mermaid's face, twisted in rage, shows no signs of fear, only an unrelenting desire to get aboard. With every inch she moves closer, the men's fear grows. But despite her desperation, the crew's combined efforts hold her back. Her slimy, webbed hands scrabble for purchase, but the boat is just beyond her reach. The men push back with all their might, each of them working together to keep her at bay. Their hearts are racing, adrenaline pumping, but the fear is still present. The creature's strength is unimaginable, her grip almost unbreakable. The men are barely able to hold her, their muscles straining against her power. She pushes, pulls, and fights with the determination of a predator that has no intention of surrendering. Then, with a final, furious growl, the mermaid lets go and drops back into the ocean. Her body hits the water with a splash, the force causing waves to crash against the side of the boat. For a moment, everything falls silent. The crew members stand frozen, eyes wide, staring into the depths below. Their breaths are heavy, their hearts still pounding in their chests. They can still feel the terror, still hear the roar of the mermaid in their minds. The creature, now back in the water, stares up at them with glowing eyes. Her face, once full of rage, is now expressionless, almost calculating. She's not finished yet. The crew knows this, and they know they've only just survived a moment of pure terror. The mermaid, now submerged, seems to vanish into the dark waters, but her presence lingers. Her dark, menacing eyes never leave them, and they are left with a chilling thought. This isn't over, not by a long shot. The boat rocks gently in the aftermath, the storm still raging above. The men stand there, shaken, unsure of what to do next. The mermaid may have retreated for now, but they know they can't let their guard down. The sea holds more secrets than they ever imagined, and the terror they've witnessed is just the beginning. The mermaid's escape doesn't bring relief, it only raises more questions. What else is out there in the deep, and how long before they face it again? As the situation escalates, the mermaid, now trapped inside the net, fights for its freedom. The net, designed to capture fish, has become her prison, and she is far from willing to accept it. Her body jerks and twists violently, the sharp claws scraping against the metal mesh as she claws at it with desperate determination. The water around her splashes with every movement, a vivid reminder of the creature's raw power. Her long, webbed tail flails helplessly, but her upper body is trapped, her face twisted in anger, frustration, and sheer terror. The scene is surreal, unbelievable even. A creature of myth, something out of ancient folklore, now trapped in a human-made fishing net. But no one can deny what they're seeing. The mermaid's human-like face is contorted in a grimace, her mouth wide open, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth, teeth that have already proved dangerous. As her body struggles within the confines of the net, her sharp, jagged tail thrashes from side to side. The water churns with the force of her struggle, creating waves that crash against the side of the boat. The crew members, standing frozen at a safe distance, watch in horror. They're no longer sure what to do. The mermaid's fury is palpable. There is no way to predict her next move, and they fear that even approaching her could mean disaster. The man in charge, who moments ago was trying to keep control of the situation, now stands motionless, wide-eyed, His voice is shaky when he speaks, almost drowned by the chaos around him. "Keep back, everyone," he commands, his voice barely audible over the noise of the wind and the mermaids thrashing. But no one moves. They know better than to get too close. This creature is not just a danger. It is a force of nature. There's no telling how strong it really is. No telling what it could do if it escapes the net. For the first time, they realize just how unprepared they are for this. The mermaid's breathing comes in ragged gasps, her chest heaving beneath the greenish glow of the boat's lights. Her eyes, wide and filled with panic, dart between the crew members, her expression one of pure survival instinct. She knows she's trapped, but that knowledge only seems to fuel her fight. Every movement she makes is desperate, primal, and full of a power that no one could have anticipated. Her claws scrape harder against the net, trying to tear through the material, trying to break free. With each passing second, the crew is realizing they may have underestimated the sheer force of this sea creature. The eerie glow from the boat's lights casts long shadows across the deck, highlighting the strange, unnatural form of the mermaid as she struggles. Her wet, glistening skin seems to shimmer in the low light, reflecting the water around her, giving her an almost otherworldly appearance. The fish in the net squirm beneath her, their bodies a stark contrast to the monstrous mermaid above them. The tension in the air is thick, suffocating almost. Everyone stands at a distance, unwilling to get any closer, yet drawn to the bizarre spectacle unfolding in front of them. No one can look away. The mermaid, in her frenzy, begins to screech, an ear-piercing, chilling sound that vibrates through the boat, shaking the men to their core. The roar that emanates from her throat is not just a cry of fear or anger, but a primal call, a desperate scream for freedom. Her face twists even further as she lets out another shrill cry. There's a strange, terrifying intelligence in her eyes, a sense that she understands the predicament, but that she'll do whatever it takes to escape. She's no longer just a creature. She's a survivor, a hunter, a force of nature unwilling to surrender. "Pull her up," one of the men suggests nervously, but the suggestion is met with silence. No one wants to take the first step. Who knows what would happen if they tried to lift the mermaid from the net? Would she attack? Or would she simply fight harder? Instead, the crew watches in silence, all of them unwilling to move. The boat rocks slightly, the sounds of the water crashing against the side growing louder as the mermaid writhes. Her claws tear at the net, her movements frantic, but still, no one dares to get closer. There's a strange kind of fear that fills the air, a fear that goes beyond just the creature itself. It's the fear of the unknown, the fear of what lies beneath the surface, of what could come next. The mermaid's strength is unmatched. With each second that passes, she pulls harder, pushing against the restraints of the net, trying to break free. The crew watches helplessly as the mermaid twists her body, her face still locked in that expression of fierce determination. She's not just trying to escape, she's fighting to survive, to get back to the ocean where she belongs. But the more she struggles, the more the net tightens, trapping her further. For a brief moment, it almost seems like she might be able to break free, but then she jerks back, her body suspended mid-air by the net's restraints. The crew holds their breath, watching as the mermaid twists and contorts in a way that no human body ever could. The net, designed to hold fish, is no match for her strength. Yet, it holds, just barely. Finally, with a violent lunge, the mermaid's head breaks free from the net, her sharp, gaping mouth snapping open in a final scream. But instead of pulling herself up, she slips back down, disappearing beneath the water once more. The crew stands frozen, their eyes wide with fear. And for a moment, everything is still. The boat creaks, the water laps gently against the sides, and the only sound left is the thudding of their hearts. And just like that, the mermaid vanishes into the depths of the ocean. her struggle momentarily over. But the crew knows this isn't the end. It's just another chapter in a terrifying encounter with the creatures of the deep. As the net continues to tighten, the mermaid's desperate struggles seem to slow, the once furious thrashing now reduced to frantic gasps for breath. Her body is half submerged, tangled in the fish and the ropes, but she hasn't given up. The glistening greenish glow of the boat's lights reflects off the water as her claws scrape against the netting, leaving deep grooves in the fibers. The crew watches with bated breath, unsure of what to do next. Every man on deck is paralyzed, unable to tear their eyes away from the horrifying spectacle that has unfolded before them. They can see the fear in her eyes, an unmistakable animalistic terror that mirrors their own panic. The mermaid's chest heaves in a rhythm now, her struggle not as violent but still filled with raw, untapped fury. It's a fight for freedom, for survival, and the tension is unbearable. The yellow-suited workers exchange nervous glances, each one fearing the worst, knowing that the creature they're dealing with is far from ordinary. In fact, the very nature of this event, the fact that they've captured something so mythical, has them questioning their own understanding of the world. As the net continues to hoist her slowly toward the deck, the mermaid's movements become more sluggish, almost resigned. For a moment, it looks like she's given up. But then, with an explosive burst of energy, her tail slaps against the net, sending ripples of water shooting outward. The crew recoils instinctively, but there's nothing they can do. The mermaid's body hangs limply, but her eyes never leave them, still filled with that strange, chilling intelligence. With one last effort, the workers manage to pull the net over the edge, the mermaid still clinging to her last moments of life. As the net touches the deck, her limbs jerk in the remaining vestiges of panic, and then, like a fleeting dream, she goes still. Silence hangs in the air as the crew stares at the creature in the net, half submerged in fish, its body a horrifying blend of human and sea monster. The men, still wide-eyed with terror, slowly back away, not daring to come any closer. The mermaid is nothing like they expected, nothing like the legends they'd heard about in stories. This is no gentle, alluring siren, this is a beast, primal and untamed. And just like that, the realization hits them. The mermaid is no longer struggling. The fight is over. The ocean has claimed her again, even if it's through the hands of human technology. But what they've seen today, what they've witnessed, can never be forgotten. For now, it's over. The crew starts to gather their bearings, the moment of terror still lingering in their minds. But they know that this encounter, this terrifying, surreal battle with an ocean creature, will be etched in their memories forever. As the boat slowly turns back toward port, the men are left to wonder what else might be lurking beneath the surface of the deep. The sea is full of mysteries, mysteries far beyond anything they ever could have imagined. And who knows what they might encounter next time. And as the waves calm, we come to the end of yet another mind-bending encounter. If you've been captivated by this chilling story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to CCAM Encounters for more spine-tingling tales from the deep. Don't miss out on future videos where we explore the untold secrets of the oceans. Subscribe now and join us for the next mysterious adventure.